Doctor, doctor, tell me the news. I've got a bad case of being mildly uncomfortable around you. Founded in 1862. Sir?
I visited that old shop you mentioned and found a few things you may be interested in. Even took a sample for studying.
What did you discover? I was sure a huge creature could not have wandered inside unnoticed.
The cult of the Fecund Mother was dumping corpses of their victims in the shop's basement.
Professor Westerbrook's research does suggest the Acheronians are attracted to dead bodies.
No, this one formed from the corpses themselves. There was a putrid slime on everything. Maybe that's the cause of this unnatural rebirth.
You said you took a sample of it. Well, I can conduct some experiments on rats. If your theory holds true, what a marvelous discovery.
We've discovered a lot of disturbing information about the wild beasts. What are you gonna do with it?
Well, I've already contacted the university. We'll cooperate to further study these phenomena.
The public deserve to know. It would help them to protect themselves and others.
It would cause mass hysteria. Doesn't the city have enough problems already? I must insist you keep all this confidential.
I thought you wanted help.
And I will, but we must prepare our advice carefully, with scientific rigor. We cannot rush this, my friend.
Bye.
Oh, it dead ended. We didn't keep spreading the information about Plague Doctor costume unlocked. Yeah, I mean, it was a side quest, so I guess I wouldn't generally expect it to be something that you're allowed to let impact everything. It still feels a little odd. Books for the book club. We'll get to you in a bit. Although I should be labeling those. Here's the house and cover side. Right down here. How about we have a little murdery visit? Here we go. This one seems rather open and public. Get him. Get him. There's not even a door to this place. You just walk on in and get gooped up by the goop monsters. Woohoo! Hello. This property is miserable. Oh, I think I've been in here before. I think I've actually like fully explored this building. Or a copy of it, I guess. Alright, gotta photograph this shit. Ba-boom. Key evidence collected. But it's never enough, is it? All of it, never mind. That was all the evidence. Bye! Ain't dealing. What the fuck hit me? I didn't see anything. Whatever. Enjoy this problem, public. I'm out. Jesus. My usual pretense about that all that's separating these guys from death as a door is shot in this case. There isn't even a door. It's just bad. It's like 10 feet away from them. There's just monsters hanging out. I don't know how that's not more of a problem. The public should be informed. Or like whatevs, YOLO. I should probably be using more revolver ammo since I'm backlogging my gunpowder now. Do I have knowledge point yet? Nope. Lure. Doot. We've read these already. Westerbrook's Guide, page 4. Yeah, that's what they look like. You never get a good look at them mostly. Every time I see them, it looks like a different creature somehow. Because it's just such a complicated... Like, these are less crazy. This one's such a complicated, crazy shape that every time I see it, it's from a different angle. It seems like a different one. Research on Oakmont's post-flood fauna by Part 4, Acaronians. Acaronians? Dan Acaronians. The biggest, most dangerous of the new post-flood arrivals are the Acaronians. Oh. So that's where it caps out, apparently? Are those all the enemies in the game? Besides maybe a boss fight event of some kind? They can swallow a whole human body and are extremely resilient, but most importantly, their tissue respond to reanimation no matter how long they are dead. The marvelous creature can be revived by applying the proper discharges to the main neural cord located on its neck. I have hypothesized that if we were able to extract this substance from its glands, perhaps we would hold the key to curing death itself. We read that, of course, and that's just one of the other letters. Don't look, I know just what you're seeing. Get rid of this guy. And haul ass back to Wilter. Shit, I have to remember where he was. He was in, alright, he was in the fish market. Which was... there we go. Okay. Gotta keep track of these spots. While we're at it, we should mark these before I forget. Assigned reading. This one is... Western Shells. Ooh. Only had this sooner. It's right back where I just was. Inner Shine Street. There we are. Between Windsweep and Justice. Justice, Windsweep. Nope. Southern Reed Heights. A single detached manor on Baker Street between, let's see. Baker Street. Between Huracan Road and Ambrose. Ambrose, Huracan. Oh yeah, I'm right there. But doof, it's probably that. It's probably that. There we go. So, they're actually near each other. And I got the quest here, so that was actually like a local one at the time. But next we're going to the fishy place. So I can get the hell away from these monsters around here. Just kidding, they're everywhere. In like a uniform pattern. Not sure if it's the fast travel or other elements of the game, but I don't know. I'm not feeling a diversity to the regions. Maybe it's because that like there's not like a huge variety of visuals. There's definitely some attention because like this area will be cobblestone and this area will be like more uniform and like this area will be more like sunken and like there's some variety there. But maybe it's the fact that I do the same content. It might be, yeah, it might be that I mostly do the same missions at each location and the same 4 enemies seem to show up in every building in different quantities and concentrations. And the content itself is pretty similar. So I don't know. I feel like it might be more nice to spend more time in one region and get used to the local factions and groups and how that area socially feels, then move on to another group and a different area, and then you start learning, oh, this area has this group in it, and this is their wants and desires, and here's their local resource and mission style and so on. But instead they made this big old chonky map that's got like 7 regions, but when I'm warping around to do them, because the content's so similar and the demands are often so similar, I don't know if I really feel like they're that different. It's a big ask to compare something to Witcher 3, obviously, but there's just a certain element of like, you know, like you get to completely different regions as you go to place. and how that can feel different. Or I think of like the different types of people in pathologic. You have like I almost called them ince-mouthers. You have the local, like the more tribal characters, then you have the aristocracy, and then you have the criminal element, and then you have the children's gangs, and then you have the mystical, strange characters, and there's a bit more of a different feel to it. I don't know. This one feels a bit more like there's Throgmorton and then everybody else.
This used to be an okay place to live.
I did what you asked. Not sure what difference it will make given the state of your houses.
Hush! My properties suit a discerning and budget-conscious clientele. They are of the finest quality.
Seems you and I have different standards of quality, Walter.
You don't know this Borg like I do, newcomer. I'll beat old Victor at his own game. Here, take your reward. And don't forget to recommend my lodgings to your friends.
I hope they are never in such dire need of shelter.
There we go. My point is not to just constantly nitpick every detail. There's a lot of costumes, evidently. I guess maybe every quest actually unlocks a different costume. My point isn't to sit here and nitpick, but instead to just discuss, like, kind of what I find myself wanting from this is just like a really clear sense of place when I get to each area. When I get to each area, the parts of it that stand out is relatively minor. Like, I would say the manor stood out, and the docks as being kind of distinct locations, but a lot of it's just like a grid of streets. And so it's more like having the region seems to primarily serve the purpose of just helping me locate addresses, more so than actually being areas that feel distinct from each other, where I'm like, oh, this is the kind of experience I'll get when I go over here, and so on. In fact, having such a large map feels underserved by how similar a lot of it is, because then I don't really... like, the scale of it doesn't necessarily add to the experience, especially since we're immediately having fast travel to warp everywhere. And I'm certainly not complaining about the fast travel, because the map's monotonous and empty enough that I wouldn't really have a desire to walk across it or sail across it every time I wanted to do anything. I suppose that's part of the problem, is that it doesn't have the variety of content to sustain its map size, which is kind of an issue. Let's start over here, I guess, and then walk over there. Like, definitely one of the things you want to do when you have like a Shadow of Mordor or a Yakuza or a Pathologic is have a bunch of different varieties of type for your content. Because inherently, the bigger the map gets, the more monotonous the gameplay gets. So you want to have a variety of different engagements and things you're doing, so that your player feels like they're changing up what they're doing all the time. And like, Yakuza can be very good at that. Different games are more or less successful than other ones. And we could very distinctly see an upgrade between Pathologic 1 and Pathologic 2 in that exact topic. Pathologic 1 was mostly running from place to place and talking to people in a desperate sprint, and then sometimes an occasional fight would happen, and then sometimes you were avoiding plagues, and those were more or less the three elements of gameplay. And Pathologic 2 aggressively layered on new mechanical engagements on top of that formula, which made the moment-to-moment gameplay way more engaging. Pathologic 1, there was a lot of like runs across town where I was like, yeah, I mean, this is technically gameplay, and that me running from there to there will cost this much time out of the real-time system, and that's a risk reward, so my pathing matters. But in the Let's Play itself, I was still like straight up skipping 10 minutes at a time sometimes. Like, you know, I ran across town, you guys get it, and I would just edit that part out because I just didn't have anything to say at some point when I was doing it, and there just wasn't that much to show. And I can see myself, yeah, that might be where we're going soon. We might be edging towards me just like being like, like jump cutting from location to location like I did in Pathologic 1. Because like, this is a giant area, but I don't do anything on the trips there. Frankly, if I could like fire up a podcast and listen to that on the trips like I do sometimes in these games, and just edit that part out. That might make me less bored, and that might improve the entire playthrough. I don't know. If nothing else, it'll go faster, I suppose. Maybe we'll experiment with that for a few episodes and see if people hate it. I usually like to show the entire experience, more or less, but backtracking or long travel times definitely just dilute the experience. And if the pace of the playthrough just leads to nobody watching, then I might as well at least try to change that. Unsent message. I was told to contact you when I crossed the boundary. We made it. There's 3 of us. Tell me, is it really safer here than in our world? I do not like the smell of this air. It reeks of madness. We have acquired one of their books. Despite my apprehensions, we will open more pathways here. Our people deserve life more than they do. We know horrors without words. We know eternity. We know agony. These people know only indulgence and ego. We will become them and they will become nothing. Damn. Somebody is very, very self-assured of their worth being higher than everybody else's. Oh, it's good to see literacy in a place like this.
What are you staring at? Get lost!
Yeah, sorry, I just walked into your house.
Hi there. Hi there. Hi there. Hi there. Hi there. Hi there.
She's taking it pretty well.
We're just students. What do you want from us?
Okay. They're not psyched about me being here, except her.
Hi there.
She's pretty psyched about me being here. I mean, I did totally just decide to be in their house. It's a little weird.
The door won't budge.
Now this is especially breaking in and entering even more than before. There we go. I don't know if that has durability or if I was missing. Fake wall. Fake wall. Ruh-roh. Ooh, sanity took a big hit. Hey, little guys. Uh-oh. That door just opened on its own. Is that from the low sanity? And then it closed again. Are these the same people downstairs? They are.
The blood dried not too long ago.
I think they're the same people from downstairs.
Multiple fractures. Not a good way to die.
That's Miss Hi There.
The wounds are still bleeding.
Ooh.
They really do look like us. No need to attend those boring lectures now. The illusions can do that for us.
What? So they made illusions to watch the lectures for them, but then the real thems got killed? The people downstairs are fake?
What? No! Stop!
Clean this up. No one must know we took their place.
Time to figure this out.
Really? It's time to figure this out. Are you...
What? No! Stop!
Oh wait, there's 3 of them. Oopsie. I misclicked there. There we go.
They really do look like us.
This is silly.
What? No!
Clean this up. No one must know we took their place.
The students made copies of themselves. There was a massacre and the illusion replaced the originals. The book was taken by one of the copies.
Nope, I got cut off again. So they're not just illusions then. They're copies that are physical and can actually do things, and they intentionally replace them by murdering them. What the? Oh, hi. Give me a minute. I forgot about that mechanic because it didn't show up for a while. It happened in like the first mission, but then I think it's only come up once since then. Student's diary. Finally, Esther has found the book we are looking for. If it's true, then we'll be able to attend all our boring lectures without actually going. The illusions will take our place. It's incredible. I wonder why no one else has done it. Oh, hindsight. Hindsight is magical.
The door won't budge.
Hi there.
Won't budge.
Nope. Appears to be that I was missing before. That was a first hit. Are the illusions all gonna fight me now? Because I have a gun. I feel like I'll win. Oopsie.
Hi there.
Sorry. Momentarily forgot E is not interact in this case. Where are you pointing? Aha. Are they gonna attack me when I dispel this? No, there's the book. The second eyelid. By your humble servant. My faithful reader, there are signs in this world that defy logic or reason. Lesser minds will insist on their falsity, but truth is in the eye of the beholder. Be brave, ignore the ignorant, and close your second eyelid. I shall teach you how to cut a slice from another dimension and manifest these dark materials before the eyes of the thousands. These illusions will seem all but real. But note well, you must never bring across living creatures. They are not of this world. Alright. Oh, they're armed. Hi. Or one of them is armed. Did you just run upstairs? Hi there. Hi there. That was a little excessive. It's fine. Yay. Yep, we might get more jump cuts, because during my travel time, I often will sort of podcast about subjects that are coming up a bit more, but if I don't have more to talk about, I'm just going to end up podcasting about the travel time itself, which is kind of what we're leaning towards at the moment. Kind of an issue. Alright, let's get our ass up there. It's actually closer to that. Ah, I've made a discovery about why movement seemed a little weird. Also, we're at the... We're around here. It's probably that building right there. Yeah. So, I was trying to figure out why movement felt weird to me in this game, and it's this. Here's me sprinting and holding W, so I'm holding down forward. But if I press D, he stops sprinting. If I press A, he stops sprinting. So you can't make side adjustments at all when you're running. So it's like, I'm running in a straight line, and I gotta go around the little thing, I can't go hut. Because then he just stops, I'm like, oh, that feels bad. So I gotta do heh, heh. So I wanna go around this mailbox, hit. Gotta mouse around it. Like you're jumping in hot lava, where your mouse is what controls everything. Because if I do this, it goes hit. I'm like, ah, damn it. I was trying to figure out why it was slowing me, because I thought it might have been like areas where you're not supposed to run or something like that. But it's just the, it's just if I'm running, I need to move the mouse the entire time. Which is also important for... That's good to know. Because I don't want to be doing this when a monster chases me. So I need to know, like, oh, if I'm running through obstacles and stuff, I gotta use the mouse only. Because WASD, only W is allowed to run. Which is weird. I don't know. Every other game you play has completely different rules about how movement works in ways that are not apparent until you actually sit there and figure them out or discuss them. Anyway. Looking at the casebook stuff here. So the previous one I found was the second eyelid. It was taken by students for personal reading. I forgot to read the objective first before I got there, but it, like I said, wasn't much, actually. This one's Mastery of Words. The book was given to the Restorer. And the Restorer, I guess, lives in this cool mansion. Well,
The door won't budge.
ah. Okie dokie. Yeah, expect more camera movement when I'm running around now, because I now know that the best way to move fast is to move the camera. WASD will not be good for going around stuff. I'm breaking and entering now. That's just what this game is, though. Let's see. Yeah, it added a waypoint, so let's get rid of you. Bloop. What's the lore thing down here? Illusions. Illusions are half-material slices of the opposite dimensions, ripped from the closest worlds. Most people can't tell the difference between the real object and the illusionary one. Perhaps it's because their minds are trying to protect themselves from this knowledge. I can feel when something doesn't look right. I sense each illusion in the city. Maybe it's because of my visions, or my mind is mad enough to face it. So it looks like, much like the bestiary, we're expanding details as I get these books. It's another lore notes building quest chain. I think this came from the last one, basically. Let's see. Material slices from other dimensions. I don't know if illusion is an accurate thing to call it if it's a freaking person that thinks and fights and acts independently of the original copy. That's an entity. The papers are going all flippity. Maybe they'll surprise me and this is just a nice peaceful house where nothing bad happens. Unsent letter. Dear Samuel Hopes, I am pleased to report that I have successfully restored the tome you sent me, but before we conclude our business together, I wonder if perhaps you might appreciate some more copies of the book. I would be honored to duplicate the work, and would do so without charge. I am confident you will accept my proposal, and have in fact already finished copying the first chapter. A tome of such power deserves to be read by many, should it not? I wonder if the act of copying it was itself a mistake? Like bad stuff happened as a result?
Won't budge.
There we go. It may have been a mistake to copy it, and maybe that led to his demise, or insanity. These spooky books. Just waiting for bad stuff to come out of the floor. Come out, come out. What if he turns out to still be alive? In this world, it's basically impressive when your basement isn't underwater. I kind of would love it if I got to this dude and he's like, what are you doing in my house? Yeah, here's what happened. Everything's fine. Whatever. Like, it's just not a problem. Nothing went wrong. A scrape of paper. A scrap of paper. Scrape. Someone help me. I don't want to write anymore. Written words can change the world. I want to sleep. I'm hungry. I feel my fingers. I can't feel my fingers. Make the book stop, please. Written words can change the world. Words can change the world. So he got trapped by the act of trying to copy the book. I kind of wonder, yeah, I wonder if there'll be a quest where I just go to visit a place and it's like, yeah, what's up? Oh, I forgot to return my book. You're right, my bad. It'd be almost charming. Who padlocked? Okay, well, there's no body inside. It's not like he was padlocked. He didn't like padlock himself in here or anything. Ah, fake bookshelf. There he is. I feel like maybe I should not read this book.
Go away. I mustn't stop writing. So many words. Go away. I mustn't stop writing. So many words.
But he's not writing? Is he supposed to be writing right now? He's freaking out about writing, but he's not writing anything. He's in I'm a crazy boy animation. He should be at his desk or something. Mastery of words. By your humble servant. The sounds born on our tongues can be more powerful than you can imagine, my faithful reader. Shit. And the written words can change the world. I shall teach you how to use these words to control weak minds. Should you kneel before this tome and absorb its teachings, so too shall others kneel before you. But such power is only for the worthy, and will destroy those unfit to wield it. Blessed reader, you must transcribe these words in your own hand. Only deserving minds will be able to cease. Will you take the risk? Only deserving minds can stop it. Hi. He's mad at me. Bye. Man, I'd rather not murder this guy. He's not. The other guys were like dangerous mystery illusions. This is just some dude. He's gone. Maybe he was a mystery illusion. He just blinked out of existence in the middle of the screen. And that bird just blinked into existence, I think. I'm not sure. I could have just not noticed it till it moved. Alright, well, I don't think he's gonna catch me, unless he, catches me, I guess. I mean, he could catch me, I suppose. Just shows up out of the blue, decks me in the face. How are we doing on side cases? Oh, yeah, we're down to just this and letters from Oakmont, so we're good. Yeah, I guess I'll just go right back up to here then. Check out Oakmont University and continue the story. Aha, I've learned. I'm going through debris and obstacles with my mouse, which leads to better results. There's the observatory.
Something I can help you with, sir?
Sorry, I mixed you up with the guy that was over here. Sir, are you aware that all of your books are in the rain and on the edge of a fountain? Like, I get that this is a very wet city and it's just a generally unsafe place for books to be in, but like, you're not helping.
Some books can be really mind-blowing, don't you think?
Wait, did I mess up? Or lose track of one of the objectives? Oh. Okay. So I was focused on the compass rose icons, so I missed this one in the noise, but yeah, third book. It doesn't have a compass rose on it because it doesn't have an address. Benjamin Miller, clerk in the Bank of Oakmont. Lives somewhere in Advent. So somewhere in Advent. Oakmont City Hall, University Library. I don't think the bank is a known location. So basically I need to look up his address. Alright, well I'm here, so let's do this instead. I'll do that when I remember to do it. I should mark it though. Means I should think about where to mark this. City Hall, right? Yeah. Let's say City Hall. That's where I need to go next. That's probably where I'd look up somebody's address, as opposed to like a news organization or something.
Extra, extra. All the news that's fit to print. Buy a paper, mister?
I would like to, yes. Would you like to sell me a paper, mister? I have many bullets. They're basically free. Well, not free. I risk my life constantly, and then I'm rewarded with lots of bullets because they're just lying around everywhere in the places where you have to risk your life.
Hello, sir. Welcome to Oakmont University Department of Medicine. I'm Samuel.
Charles Reed, private investigator. I have a few questions if you don't mind. You recognize this bottle? Maybe you could tell me what's inside.
That's one of our lab bottles. We have a lot of them. As for what's inside, I'd need to run some tests.
Yeah, could you do that for me?
These tests aren't cheap. And the other day I could get right to it, but we're, somewhat hindered right now.
What's up?
Our lab is crawling with, well, creatures. Professor Westerbrook's research is a little unconventional, and something went wrong. Really wrong.
So, if I do a little pest control for you, you'll run those tests for me. For free?
Our budget is tight. You'd be helping the cause of science, Mr. Reed. Isn't that enough?
Oh, I guess science could help itself.
All right. Yes, you solve our problem, and I'll run the test for you. Off the books. Here's the key for the basement.
They gave me pushback on doing the work for free after I deal with their monster problem. There is a low premium in this city on risking your life for things. What's that? You could die? Whatevs. It's a Tuesday. I'm over it, yo.